Hi, Katie. We'll go through these together. I see how you're doing them, lining them up, and that's fine, but the way I find it easier to look at these is if, sorry about that, my screen went down. If we take the first term, multiply everything in the second parentheses by that. So x squared times x gives me x cubed. X squared times minus 5x squared. And then we go back through with the next number, the x. X times x gives me x squared, so I'm going to line that up under here. It is a positive, right? Positive times a positive is a positive. And then x times minus 5 gives me minus 5x. And then the last time I repeat the process with my 5 here. 5 times x, 5x. I'm going to line those up. 5 times negative 5 minus 25. And now when they're lined up like this, I can just add them, right? Remember, I lined them up so that I can just add like terms. There's nothing like an x cubed, so that's x cubed. Minus 5x squared, and a positive 1x squared is going to give me a minus 4x squared. These actually cancel out. Minus 5, positive 5 is going to go to 0, so these actually cancel out, and then I have a minus 25. So that is your answer to that one. Again, if you want to line them up like you have been, that's fine too. Let's look at the second one. I'm going to take my y squared and multiply everything in the second parentheses by the y squared. Y squared times 8y squared gives me 8y to the 4th. Y squared times a minus 5y gives me a minus 5y to the 3rd. Y squared times the 8 gives me plus 8y squared. And now I'm going to repeat the process by taking the next term and multiplying everything in parentheses by that. Minus 5, 8y squared gives me a minus 40y squared. And I'm going to line that up underneath the y squared. Minus 5 times minus 5y gives me a positive 25y. And minus 5 times a positive 8 gives me a negative 40. And now I can just add these up. 8y to the 4th, nothing to combine that with, nothing to combine this with, but now these two I can combine. Negative 40, positive 8 gives me a negative 32. Nothing to combine that with, and nothing to combine that with. So that would be our final answer. If we take a look at what you've done here, maybe we can find some of the errors. The first error I saw in this one was when you multiplied x times x, you would have gotten an x squared here. You lined it up right, okay, but this should have been a 2. You did combine these anyway, but a positive 5 and a negative 1 would give you a 4, okay? And now when you multiplied, I think the first time through, x times negative 5, this should have been a negative 5x. They did cancel, just like you said, but not for the right reasons, okay? So this right here was sort of the right answer. You have all the numbers right, but our signs are wrong. Positive times a negative is a negative. So positive 5, negative 5, this would have been negative 25 when you added it together, negative. All right? And then what happened here was your first time through, x, or no, which is it? It's the x squared. X squared times negative 5 would have been negative 5x squared. X squared times the negative 5, negative 5x squared. And then when you went here, it would have been x squared, x times x squared. We're not subtracting, we're just adding. So if this was a positive and this was a negative, we would have gotten negative 4, like you can see here. Okay, negative 5, positive 1, negative 4. So watch your signs there. Okay. Again, positive times a negative would have been a negative. This would have been a positive times a negative, a minus 6x. positive times a negative 6 minus 6x squared. And then when you came back through, this would have been positive 6 times x, 6x, x times x, positive x squared times x would have been a positive x cubed. All right. And now this one, I thought you did pretty good. Again, sign errors. Positive times a negative is a negative. Positive times a negative is a negative. X squared times minus 3 is a negative. So always keep the negative sign with the thing to the right. Okay. So again, sign error. This one, again, sign errors. Positive, negative, negative. A negative times a negative would have been a positive. Positive times a negative is a negative, so this term is right. Positive times a positive is a positive. Negative times a positive is a negative. Positive times a positive is a positive. So you're close here. All right, but again, you can't combine these two. This is a y squared. This is a y cubed. You can only combine terms if the variables look exactly alike. So y squared can be combined with a y squared. All right, so these two would need to be combined. This can't be combined with anything. This can't be combined with anything. All right, once again here, notice y squared and a y squared, but this is just a y. All right, they can only be combined if the variables are exactly alike. I hope this helps.